So let's take an officer that doesn't train and an officer that does train, and we put them in some sort of a combat situation, hand-to-hand combat, and the person that doesn't train or the officer that doesn't train gets taken down by a suspect, and now they're in some sort of a grappling match, or maybe the suspect's on top of them trying to punch them, and then you take the officer that's proficient in Jiu Jitsu, and the same scenario happens, right? So we're looking at both sides now, right? We're looking at the guy that doesn't train, the officer that doesn't train, compared to the officer that does train. What's the difference going to be? The difference is that this officer, because he hasn't been put under the stressful conditions time and time again that Jiu Jitsu does for you, might prematurely do something, right? He might panic. She might panic, he or she. They might prematurely go for their firearm. You just don't know what's going to happen because they've never been put in those situations. They have not been is it inoculated or indoctrinated? One of the two, right? They have not been inoculated to that stress. So they are, at this point, more liable to overreact and prematurely go for their firearm or their taser. Now we look at the guy that trains, the officer that trains Jiu Jitsu, right? What is he going to do? He's been in this position time and time again. He's going to know how to get out of it. He's not going to panic. He's going to probably sweep the guy, roll him over, take positional control. If he has to land a few strikes to cause a pause in combat, that's fine. They're allowed to do that. And then hopefully backup arrives at that point, or other officers are on scene to assist them to put the guy into custody.
Right.
See how it plays out differently. Right? You'll also see a lot of the times the people that are on scene maybe causing the commotion or that are in the crowd. Maybe somebody has information they want to give. For an officer that is confident, not cocky, an officer that is confident, that trains in Jiu Jitsu, that is able to compose themselves and have the command presence, right? You'll see that those people will gravitate more towards that officer rather than the officer that does. They just pick up on the energy, man.
Trusting.
They can see it. People can sense it. They can feel it, right? Because of the confidence, the command presence. Whereas maybe the officer that doesn't train, you kind of say, can this guy really even handle him? I mean, this is how people think, man. People are constantly sizing you up. So
less assertive, you mean, maybe.
Less assertive, less command presence, maybe escalating instead of de-escalating, right? So these are the things that we see.